Use your pedal.
Force the hand of evolution.
I wanna go I wanna go whoa.
Strange 90s TV shows that you forgot existed. The 90s gave us some of the most iconic TV shows of all time. Friends, The X-Files, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But for every hit show, there were plenty of weird, wild, oddball, and just plain strange series that most people have completely erased from their memory. Today, we're diving into the strangest 90s TV shows that you probably don't recall. But once you see them, you'll never forget them. Let's start with Cop Rock, a show that dared to ask, what if Law & Order had musical numbers?
When you're shopping for a dream come true, a little package in a pink or blue. All depends on who you're talking to. Don't you worry about a thing, 'cause you know I got the goods for you.
Created by Hill Street Blues mastermind Stephen Baccio, this police drama mixed serious crime stories with full-blown Broadway-style performances. Imagine detectives grilling suspects only for everyone to suddenly burst into song. Instead of announcing a court verdict, why not sing it?
He's guilty, Judge, he's guilty. You could see it in his eyes. He did the crime and now he's gotta pay.
Sounds insane, right? Well, it was. Critics didn't know what to make of it, and audiences were completely confused. After just 11 episodes, ABC pulled the plug. But in the world of weird TV, Cop Rock remains a legend. Next up, a show that was way ahead of its time, I guess.
What is it?
It's an Exigy S100 bus. A computer for the home.
Cool.
16K memory. I can get almost a whole book on this one little tape. One day, every house in the world is going to have one of these. Maybe even all hooked up to each other. You see this? I can hook this little computer up to the big one at the university just by using the telephone.
What can we do with it?
Oh, spreadsheets, statistical analysis programs, games.
Is it better than Pong?
VR5. Long before Black Mirror made us paranoid about technology, VR5 introduced us to Sydney Bloom, a computer hacker who discovers that she can enter a hyper-realistic virtual world.
Rain. Frost in low-lying areas, temperature 60 degrees. Suggest t-shirt, vest, flannel shirt, and blue jeans. Shoes, optional.
And even control people's minds. Sounds like a cyberpunk dream, right? Well, Fox didn't seem to think so. They canceled it after only 10 episodes, leaving us with a cliffhanger that was never resolved. Still, if you love trippy 90s sci-fi, this one's worth tracking down. Now, if you love quirky crime shows with a dark sense of humor, you missed out on Maximum Bob.
I see a shining ocean of cyclone fences and guard towers and razor wire. Oh, I'll get elected. I have a dream. Now here's something I don't understand at all. Gather around here, look at this. Now what sense does it make giving these bad boys exercise equipment? Instead of shooting you or stabbing you to death, they leave here able to kill you with their bare hands.
Based on Elmore Leonard's novel, this series followed a no-nonsense Florida judge who handed out ridiculously harsh sentences while dealing with a town full of oddballs, including his wife, who thought she was possessed by the spirit of a 12-year-old slave girl. I'm not making this up, it was that weird. Despite its sharp writing and interesting performances from Beau Bridges, the show lasted only 7 episodes before ABC yanked it. Maybe it was just too strange for primetime. Before MTV was all reality shows, it actually took a shot at scripted sci-fi. Dead at 21 was a cyber thriller about a guy who learns that he has a microchip in his brain that will kill him when he turns 21. Talk about a stressful birthday countdown. With government agents chasing him and only months to live, Ed Bellamy teams up with a hacker named Maria to figure out the truth.
That's my journal.
By the way, happy 20th.
Give me the gun! Yes!
Oh my God!
Yes, you can! Just give me the gun. He needs treatment. And I'm here to see that he gets it.
Think The Fugitive, but with 90s hacker vibes. It only lasted 1 season, but for fans of tech paranoia thrillers, I guess it's a hidden gem. Now, if you've ever wondered what Beverly Hills 90210 would look like if it had government conspiracies, enter Swans Crossing, a teen drama that followed a group of ridiculously rich teenagers dealing with romance, social drama, and secret espionage plots. Oh, and did I mention it starred a young Sarah Michelle Gellar before she became Buffy? It only lasted one season, but it was a season where kids across America were doing the Swans Crossing. Okay, next one's just bizarre. Van-Pires. Get it, Van-Pires? Of course you get it. Well, it was an animated / live-action hybrid about teenagers who fought vampire-like creatures that could turn into cars?
What is that?
Oh man, peep that action!
Whoa, is that a UFO? Please, I mean, UFOs can zip across the sky, hover whenever they want, and zip back into space before you even know they were there. Now that can't be a UFO. I mean, check it out. It's continuing in a straight line, falling through the sky, and heading straight for us.
And if that wasn't weird enough, it featured music and voice work from John Entwistle of The Who. Imagine Transformers meets The Lost Boys, but somehow even stranger. It barely made a dent in pop culture, but for those who remember it, it's an unforgettable slice of 90s weirdness. Now, before Stranger Things, there was Eerie, Indiana, a show about a kid named Marshall Teller who moves to the creepiest small town in America. I remember the show and I actually liked it. Nothing in this town is as it seems, from Tupperware sealed children to sentient ATMs. This show was a mix of a Twilight Zone, Goosebumps, and suburban paranoia. Sadly, it only lasted one season before being cancelled. But in the years since, it's become a little bit of a cult classic. If you love weird mysteries with a touch of 90s nostalgia, this one's a must-see.
Sure, my new hometown looks normal enough, but look again. What's wrong with this picture? The American dream come true, right? Wrong. Nobody believes me, but this is the center of weirdness for the entire planet.
Thank you, little paper boy.
Eerie, Indiana. My home, sweet home. Still don't believe me? You will.
So there you have it, some of the strangest, most forgotten TV shows of the 90s. Whether they were too weird for mainstream audiences or just ahead of their time, these series all took big creative swings. Even if most of them struck out, at least they went down swinging. But now, I want to hear from you. Do you remember any of these shows? Have you blocked them out of your mind? Do you have a favorite 90s oddity that deserves a second look and belongs on this list? Put it in the comments and let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for another trip down memory lane. Or in this case, the weirdest corners of 90s TV.